Nvidia is dominating the GPU market right now. If we just go and look at Newegg on their first page, already we can see 2-1 Nvidia to AMD graphics cards. Then we go ahead and look at Amazon. On the first page of graphics cards, 3-1 Nvidia to AMD. Go ahead and take a look at Micro Center. It's not better. 4-1 Nvidia to AMD. It's out of control. And let's go and look at Best Buy. What's going on there? Well, there's some AMD graphics cards there, but they're not even in the sorter. You can't even sort for them. It's not there. We gotta have to talk about this. Let's go. Hi, this is Richie Riggs, where I'll build your computer live and make sure you know exactly what's hot in technology. Hey, what's up? It's Richie Riggs. Alright, let's take a look at what's going on with these Nvidia graphics cards and what I think's going on in the market right now. I mean, it's pretty obvious to me that Nvidia's got the dominance right now. There's not a lot of cards from AMD, and AMD admits it to themselves that they're not delivering on the performance that they want. I mean, that sucks. But it's okay. I mean, there's still people who are buying those cards, but what's going on with Nvidia? Why is it that there's just so many Nvidia cards? Well, I mean, there's another problem. It looks like Nvidia is just generating tons and tons more SKUs to keep pushing AMD out, which they don't really need to do because they're already dominating them in performance pretty much at every tier. Most people want the features from the 4000 series on top of that, and as far as AMD goes, most people probably only going to get a 7900 XTX. At least when I looked at all the cards, that was the only one that really stood out to me. And they're probably the same. I mean, there's a lot of people still buying the other cards, but they're not really a good value, a lot of them. And the ones that are a good value are really cheap and probably aren't getting a ton of attention anyways, especially when there's used graphics cards out there. So I think it's kind of just a poor position for AMD right now. I mean, they just need a better product. Like, AMD can't deliver what we all really want, essentially, is good price to performance, where Nvidia is just killing it. And I'm sorry for AMD, honestly. I want to see them do better. I was really excited. I wanted a 6950 XT at one point, and that was a really good card. I really wanted to get that card. I was hoping that was going to be good, and it just didn't compare, especially when the 3080 came out. It was all about the 3080. It was looking promising, but it just never got there. And then you got the same problem kind of here with the 7900 XTX, though it is a little bit better. I mean, especially at the price compared to the 4080. I mean, it's putting out more raw performance. It puts out more raw performance, but you're lacking some of those Nvidia features, and it just sucks because those features are really good. A lot of people want to get the card for those features and not necessarily just the raw performance. But the raw performance is still just so close. Like, I feel so bad for AMD, but Nvidia pushing them out this way is kind of screwed up. Like, they don't need to be doing this, and they don't need to flood the market with all these SKUs. They're already doing so good. And even if the retailers kind of caught on to this and tried to push up AMD more, they probably don't want to do that either because a lot of people aren't buying them. They want to push what's going to sell. And that just compounds the effect against AMD. And we got more news about AMD recently, and they're skipping their essentially their upgraded version of their current series because it didn't deliver any more performance. They called it a bug fix. That's disappointing as well. I don't know what's going to happen here. I mean, Nvidia is a titan. Nvidia is getting so big that they probably have 3 or 4 more generations of GPU that they could throw at us at a moment's notice. And I don't know how AMD is going to fight against that. I think maybe with their RDNA 5 that we could see something that's a little bit more price competitive, but I can assure you, as soon as they do something revolutionary, Nvidia will just find a way to put them in the grave. Like, this is so messed up. And, I mean, it's bad for everyone, really, because that means we're going to kind of go back to the Intel problem where for several years they could just give us incremental boosts. And now you've got the 5000 series coming up from Nvidia, and what is the performance of that going to be like? They just heard AMD doesn't have anything. We're going to get like a little tiny little nugget of performance, or are they going to outperform themselves like again super dramatically? It's really hard to say. I mean, last time when they were dominant like this, especially like right after the 1080, they just shot the prices up. They just shot the prices right to the moon because there's just no competition. They could charge more and give us new technology for it. And a lot of people bought that stuff. I didn't buy it. It was stupid. I didn't like the 20 series. That was a scam. And I was offended. And how long do we have to wait before the 30 series came out? It's like ages. We could be in a whole other dimension of graphics performance right now. We could be playing at 8K. So AMD, get it together. You figured out your CPUs. Time to put the pedal to the metal. I want to see more AMD graphics cards that are killing it. The 7900 XTX was like the most exciting thing from AMD graphics in my entire life. It's so good. I mean, they were a long time ago when they were just ATI, and they had some good products. I mean, I had a lot of ATI cards back in the day, but does that even count? I don't think that counts, man. We need something big, and we can go into the details maybe if we in another video about what's going on and why does this statistically matter, but I don't think we need to make that. We don't need to go that deep. It's pretty obvious. Nvidia just has the king product. They have the better product almost across the board. And AMD doesn't have a ton of cards, and they don't have a ton of performance. So, if you're asking me, we got to do something. I would like to buy more AMD cards. But how can I justify that? If you're asking me, I have to keep buying those Nvidia cards until something happens. That's about it for this one. I hope you guys learned something about what's going on with the Nvidia graphics cards right now. I mean, it's kind of messed up. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. And make sure to get subscribed. I really need those subscribers right now. And if you do get subscribed, you'll be entered to win a free PC worth $1,000. That's insane. I'm going to give you a PC, a Richie rig. Don't you want a Richie rig? Let's go.